Hi. So, basically, what I want to say at the start here is that I have a tongue injury. So, if I talk differently, uh, that's probably why. Uh, and I also don't want to talk at length because, yeah, for obvious reasons, that it's probably gonna hurt. So, it is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction though. So, yeah. I do love the first shot is of a fire hydrant. Like, fire! Jesse! Is Jesse even in the house? Oh, lovely shot. Jesse's not in the house. Huh. Alright, so Jesse decided not to burn the house. But that's still, the question still remains, right? Where did he go? What is that, a vacuum cleaner? Yeah. That's an interesting shot of, putting the camera in there.
Jesse, listen, obviously you've changed your mind here, and so thank you for that. And I know you're angry. I want to fix this, okay? Whatever it takes. Right? We'll talk and we will fix this.
I think I've reached a point within the story with Breaking Bad that every time Walter acts calmly, I don't know, man. It just like I'm just tired of Walter acting calmly. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, oh my. Put it on the neighbors. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, nobody's around. Nobody will know.
What happened?
What happened is that I should sue someone. That's what happened. So I'm on my way to the drugstore and I have to stop to get some gas, and there is this total pump malfunction. So I pull out the hose to put it back, and whoosh, I am suddenly soaked in gasoline. I mean, on my arms and my legs and my groin.
Is Skylar gonna buy it though?
I mean, it's the whole thing is just so stupid. I could have rinsed off at the station. Halfway home, I started to realize, wait a minute, there's a water hose
Skylar doesn't look convinced.
next to the air pump, for tires.
Please, can you just tell the truth?
There we go.
You fainted, didn't you? It's 'cause you're sick again?
Oh, Walter Jr., my sweet summer child. But you know what?
I maybe I did get a little swimmy at one point.
This still works well for Walter,
I don't think we can stay here. I mean, not until we get new carpeting.
Uncle Hank and Aunt Marie, they got plenty of space.
Ooh, not
What
them.
about a hotel?
Yeah.
A good one.
I like the way you're thinking. Yes. Could be a little family vacation. Might be fun. What do you say?
This is also a way to, to push Walter Jr. out of the picture when the chaos of the final season is gonna come in eventually. I love the lighting in this scene.
His place, his folks' place, this Brock kid's place.
Oh, they're searching everywhere.
His buddies, Beaver and what's his name?
Badger and Skinny Pete. Yeah, I know. He's now with them. 3 hours straight, all they talked about was something called Babylon 5.
Maybe he changed his mind about leaving. Called your guy back.
Somebody misses their first chance with my guy.
What about Hank? What about Hank, though?
You have a suggestion?
We were wondering if maybe this isn't an Old Yeller type situation. One day he showed up rabid, and little Timmy, for Old Yeller's own sake, had to
Do not float that idea again.
Whoa.
Find him.
Yeah, Walter's own feeling of responsibility over Jesse and how much he actually, values him. is inevitably gonna be his downfall.
You know, I played along with your pump malfunction bullshit because Junior was standing right there.
There we go. There we go.
First of all, it's no big deal.
No big deal. House almost got set up in flames, but you know, no big deal.
Are you telling me that he tried to burn our house down?
Yeah, basically.
That was probably for a brief moment his intention.
But he didn't, though.
Obviously, he changed his mind.
Exactly. Ah,
You've got to understand that with Jesse, there
I'm still thinking Hank, though.
emotional issues.
Logical explanation. The most logical, I mean.
So he has never hurt anybody.
Ooh.
No.
Hmm. Interesting response from Walter there. Because Jesse has, but Walter saying no implies that Jesse's actions are all Walter's responsibility. Including killing, you know, Gail.
We all need to just take a deep breath and calm down because Jesse isn't just some rabid dog. This is a person.
A person that is a threat to us.
What exactly are you saying?
We've come this far. For us. What's one more?
Oh. I wanna talk about that. But meanwhile,
Jesse! Stop what you're doing and turn and face me!
I knew it. I knew it, man. It's gotta be Hank.
Put out the lighter. He poisoned a little kid.
The pain in both of their eyes.
You can't keep getting away with it! You can't keep getting away with it! He won't.
Oh, what a performance
You really want to burn him down?
from both of them.
Let's do it together.
Oh, oh. Dude, oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. This development, man, for both of these characters. Oh. Those eyes, man. And then Walter comes in. What are the odds? What are the odds? The timing and every brilliant. Just man. I've said this before. Jesse looked so fucking defeated. Many a times throughout the series.
We all lead double lives to some extent, don't we? We all have our secrets.
Yeah, not like this.
Yeah.
Not like him.
Yeah.
Who and what are we talking about?
Can she?
Do that.
Yeah.
I know. Don't worry. I wouldn't hurt anybody. It just feels good to think about it.
Wow. Wow. Man.
Oh, something's come up. I thought you might want to get out of the house for a day or two.
You thought I might want to pack up and move out of my own house. Why? What's going on?
Look, I don't want to get into it.
It's for the better, right? Get away from trouble as much as possible.
Hank?
Oh, look at this shot.
We have a guest.
He was a little keyed up. Gave him a couple sleeping pills.
For now, just a day, maybe two tops.
Okay, just answer me this one question. Is this bad for Walt?
Yeah, very.
Absolutely.
Good. I'm staying. Hey, lasagna. Phone's ringing.
Let's go, Marie. Ride or die. Is it Walt?
Jesse.
Oh yeah. Right as the Hello Kitty phone that Saul gave him.
Sleep it off. Okay, and then call me.
I mean, he can also use this as evidence, right? His phone call, his phone message, like to prove Jesse's connection to Walter, so that whatever Jesse's saying can, like, there's validity to it. Look at this shot. That's an all-timer shot. I really love that.
Should have brought our suits. Huh?
Oh, oh.
I'll be up in a minute.
Okay. See you in the morning.
Man, I hate how much my disdain. Ow, my tongue. I hate how much my disdain for Walt, especially for this season. Walt's a great character, but obviously, the circumstances of him being more and more of an asshole, kind of sullies that moment for me because like it's a really heartfelt moment between Walter Jr. and Walt, but it's a tragedy. It's an absolute tragedy. I feel bad for Walter Jr. Whoa, Gomi. Wasn't expecting to see you here.
You know he's retired, right? He's not even in the business anymore, so you're never gonna catch him with a camcorder.
We're gonna catch him. We gotta do this first, okay?
I love that confidence that Hank is giving out. We're gonna catch him. We're gonna catch him.
Start from the beginning. When did you first meet Walter White?
Oh, him just recollecting these memories is probably like traumatic for him at this point.
First met Mr. Walter White, in junior year chemistry.
I think that's the first time that I heard Jesse actually say Walter White, like his full name, and not just Mr. White.
There is no physical evidence, not that I heard.
Yeah, well, no weapons, no bodies, no working lab. Just the word of one nut job meth head against Mr. Rogers has a lung tumor.
This whole once and for all in the plaza thing is so he can talk to me?
Why not?
I can't believe you two.
I mean, it's pretty understandable, like, why Jesse does not want to be. Yeah. Doesn't want to be near him.
Walt's ruthless. He'll do just about anything to protect his interests. I agree. Except when it comes to you.
Exactly.
He cares about you.
Exactly. That is his downfall.
Based on everything you told us. Paid for your rehab. Ran over those 2 drug dealers with his car. So it sounds like he saved your life. Made you a 50-50 partner. He didn't need to do that.
Yeah, he sort of did. I'm the only one near as good as him, so.
I don't know. The way you tell it sounds to me like he's manipulating you to stick around.
Yeah, basically. Hank is dead on the money, though. Like he is correct about Walter here.
Mr. White, he's the devil.
Hey, somebody finally said it.
What if it's a trap? The kid?
Hmm.
Oh, you mean the junkie murderer that's dribbling all over my guest bathroom floor? Oh, then he's right. Pinkman gets killed. We get it all on tape.
Ooh. Whatever it takes, huh? Oh, you definitely feel the nervousness, the anxiety. Everything could go wrong. Million things in his mind right now. They're doing a fantastic job with the editing throughout the scene. Play it cool, Jesse. Play it cool. Oh, what a shot. Look at this. What a shot.
Hello. Nice try, asshole. Next time I'm gonna get you where you really live.
Jesse, listen.
Love the church bells. Wow, look at that. Why is that dude like standing so menacingly though? Like
A better way.
No, he was kind of smiling there.
I'm okay.
He's gonna ask
Todd,
for. Ah,
I think I might have another job for your uncle.
damn it. Well, for whom the bell tolls. All right, talking a bit about episode 12 just for a bit before we continue on with the next episode of Breaking Bad. And especially after seeing the title of the episode itself, Rabid Dog, really puts into perspective, like the situation between Walter and Jesse. And I mean, I've already talked about this like multiple, countless times, even about like how I feel how Breaking Bad is gonna go towards the very end. Talked about this like way, like long ago. Like when I was like, kind of theorizing on like how certain character developments and certain character relations are gonna end up. Like who's gonna be the downfall of who. And when it comes to Walter, the chances of Jesse being the downfall for Walter is astronomically high. Like it's almost a given, and it's almost at this point I would say almost a guarantee that is going to happen. Like I mean at this point, there's like two outcomes. Like on how Walter's fate is gonna lie towards the very end. Either it's gonna be Jesse, who's going to give like the final blow, or it's gonna be a self-inflicted, let's call it a disaster, a self-inflicted disaster upon Walter himself. Like it's either gonna be those two, because they are the central focus. They are the two main characters. Obviously, it's either gonna be Walter, bringing himself down, or Jesse bringing Walter down, and I'm leaning more towards the latter in this regard. But speaking of Jesse and the comparison or the analogy of a rabid dog, it's always fascinating to me, and it's this interesting dynamic that the story puts between Walter and Jesse, in that Walter throughout the entire story, despite his differences with Jesse, always stands behind him. He always tries to present himself as like in a way like a saint towards Jesse, like this person who can't do no wrong, or this. Well, I guess that's not really the best way to put it, but it's more so the person that Jesse can only rely on, which in itself can also be a bad thing. Like it's like we're manipulating Jesse, and we're forcing Jesse into this sort of environment where he can no longer be independent of himself, where he has to rely on Walter as a person in order to live. Like that's kind of like what Walter is doing, maybe not intentionally, but it is the environment that Walter has cultivated throughout the entire seasons. And for Jesse to be in that situation, the numerous countless times that Jesse wants to go out, like he wants out of this mess, and every time he does it, Walter's gonna come in and pull him back. Going back to the analogy of like the rabid dog, in this scenario, you can say that Walter is kind of like the owner, right? He is the person who owns Jesse's life. Like, you can put it that way, as fucked up as that is. But what I'm trying to say is like the dog does not get rabid. The dog does not lose control unless the owner treats it poorly. You know what I mean? Like no matter how you want to look at it, instincts, they, and in this case, when it comes to Jesse, you know, like Jesse became this way because of Walter, right? Jesse's like disdain towards him, Jesse's hatred towards Walter, his desire to bring ruin upon him, almost setting his house on fire, you know, that doesn't come out of nowhere, you know. That is entirely Walter's fault. To a high degree, of course. You know, there's other multiple factors, but ultimately you can just trace that back down towards Walter and how Walter, not how Walter is treating Jesse, but how Walter is treating Jesse's environment. You know, from Brock to Andrea to Jane and everybody that Jesse holds near and dear, Walter is like pushing all of them away from Jesse, or Walter is finding ways to manipulate Jesse's emotions through them, right? And obviously, once Jesse finds out, it's like that's it, it's over, you know, relationship done. But yeah, it's this really expected but also sad situation that we have right now. Hank putting a lot of trust towards Jesse, even though in this episode itself, you know, Hank also shows that, you know, he doesn't really care that much what happens to Jesse. What he cares about is Walter getting caught and getting arrested, you know, like whatever happens to Jesse, whether he lives or dies, is out of the question. You know, that's not really a priority when it comes to Hank. Hank absolutely is, you know, he's blinding himself of that possibility. You know, he is hyper focused on Heisenberg, and that is pretty much it. Which can also be his downfall. You know, it's this domino effect of like who is the downfall of who. You know that meme where a person is about to shoot and then there's another person in the back and then there's another person in the back. That's basically what is currently happening with Breaking Bad. You know, like yeah, it's a really terrible situation that we have right now. And honestly, that's all I'm gonna say for the time being. Like, there's a lot of thoughts, a lot of opinions that I currently have right now, especially for like the second half of Breaking Bad. But I do want to save that. I do want to save some of those thoughts for like the series finale. You know, like where everything is finally being laid out, and you know, I get like the final full picture of like where things go and how things are. And yeah, but for the time being, let us continue on with Breaking Bad.
Mr. White said the fumes aren't good to breathe.
Yeah, let me worry about what I breathe, kid. Just let's hurry this up so I can grab a smoke.
That's gonna bite you in the ass one day.
I am correct in assuming this should be blue.
You are correct.
I'm thinking the headline here should be 76%. I don't know. To my eye, kind of blue.
Yeah, a little. It's bluish.
Is it? I mean, it looks more white. Grayish.
I could see how you think there's a touch of blue, blue-green.
Lovely shot. Is somebody watching them? I don't think so.
Mr. White?
Just one target, not currently in jail. Jesse Pinkman.
You got it.
No questions. Just immediately accepts the job, huh? A man who follows orders. Also, Todd drinking the cup and drinking, you know, exactly where her lips were. Her lipsticks, I mean. Oh, we've seen this bridge before. We've seen this type of meeting before as well, right? Meeting under the bridge.
Surprised you didn't strangle him. So now what?
Oh,
Okay.
look at this shot.
Kid's got an idea.
What kid? That kid? Timmy Dipshit there? The one that screwed up our sting? Oh, I'm all ears.
Come on, Gomi.
Well, I know some evidence that greedy asshole would never destroy.
His money.
You know where he keeps his money?
No, but I know someone who might.
You Babineau.
Babineau.
You know who I am? Well, we both know how dangerous my brother-in-law can be.
Oh, straight to the point, huh?
We intercepted a call between him and a certain Saul Goodman Esquire.
Hmm.
You know, your employer.
Here we go.
Yeah, Walt said he was going to do this Kubi guy the same way he does you. In fact, Kubi's already missing. Sorry to say, things are looking grim for your redheaded buddy. Believe us, don't believe us, suit yourself.
The psychological games.
See, Goodman's got a trace on your phone, and as soon as you call him, Walt's going to find out where you're hiding out, and it's just a matter of time before you end up like this.
Oh, man, I swear to God, I didn't know he was gonna kill him, man. I didn't know he was gonna kill him. I didn't know.
Relax.
They got him. They got him.
It's because you know where his money is.
I don't know where his money is.
Right. Right.
Mr. White dropped it off. He had us wash it good before Kubi took it back.
Of course, of course.
It was filthy, man, like he went off road with it. After we had hosed it down, he grabbed a shovel out the back, handed over the keys, and that was it. That's all I know.
Now he's telling the truth, man. I mean, they don't know where Walter hid the money, right? We know as an audience, somewhere out in the desert, but
Agent Van Oster will stay here with you. You're in good hands. He's our best man with a gun. However, don't discuss the case with him because the less you distract him, the better he can protect you.
How long you gonna be?
As long as it takes to keep you safe.
hey, Hank and Gomi, they're moving fast, They're making sure that there is no obstacle to their plan and to this.
Just one guy this time. Not even in lockup.
Oh, here we go. Gonna hold that thought just for a bit.
Rat Patrol? No, he's not a rat.
Little does Walter know,
He's not a rat.
he is a rat.
Not something you do yourself, huh?
Jesse is like family to me.
Here it is.
We want you to cook for us.
Naturally.
One cook. After the job is done.
It really is like an addiction, huh? I'm out of the game. Maybe one time. Just one time. Then that's it. Although in this case, it's probably just gonna be the one time, and the one time only,
Time is of the essence, do you understand?
Time is of the essence indeed.
But I know how to flush him out.
You want straight?
Fuck. Of course.
I'm Walter White, Jesse's friend.
Oh yeah, of course. Hi.
Yeah. Oh, hi. Hi. Look, sorry to just
Oh.
argue like this, but I was hoping that I could have a moment to talk with you. How you doing, Brock?
Brock, he asked you a question.
I'm good.
You better stay good. Like, keep Brock away from all of this.
Jesse's lawyer's name is Saul Goodman. I have his card somewhere. I mean, he may have ways of finding Jesse without, getting him in trouble.
Better call Saul. Yeah, I did that.
That's the sequel series. Sorry.
Pretty upset with me. And I'm hoping that's the reason he hasn't called.
The longer
me back
Walter
instead
is in this house, the more anxious I am feeling. Like, there's, like, my back is just like, ugh. Like, this is wrong, like genuinely, I am just feeling terrible right now.
Listen, if he does happen to call back, would you call me? Or better yet, I've got your number. I'll call you back. Okay? Thank you.
You know, I was hyper focused on Walter's eyes during that entire segment because he keeps like avoiding eye contact, and every time he's talking, he's like doing this to his eyes, like, you know, looking sporadically and not to the subject, to, you know, to Andrea. Kind of a psychological response, right?
Jesse, it's Andrea. Your friend Walter just dropped by. He's here at the house with me and Brock right now.
Hank's gonna die.
Nice try, asshole.
Oh, I want to scream. I want to scream so much.
I had to go out the rental place. Did I have a GPS?
Like, instead of Jesse going, it's gonna be
No
Hank.
GPS.
He's gonna be the one who's gonna be confronting Walter. And then Todd's uncle is gonna be there. I'm gonna kill him regardless.
Just thinking about what Babineau said about the van being dirty and the shovel that Walt had with him. I'll bet you 10 to 1 he buried that money.
No kidding. So what?
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
Here's your change.
Oh, count
3, that makes 15.
Of course.
5, that's 20.
All right. So let's go on a treasure hunt. In that case, you know, trying to find the money. I was really scared for a moment there. You know.
I need you.
Hi. Who
Oh,
do
well.
I give this to?
You know what? I'll take care of it. Excuse me, son.
You're on our billboard. You're the lawyer guy. Yeah.
Better call Saul.
Oh. Okay. Awkward.
Very good. Thank you very much. Good to meet you. Yeah. Don't drink and drive, but if you do, call me.
Have an A1 day.
Man, I cannot wait to finally, you know, just to finally start Better Call Saul, like, sometime in the future.
Huel's gone.
Huel's gone where?
No idea. AWOL. Nobody's seen him. He's not answering his phone. So what about Jesse?
Cool shot. Billboard in the back, of course.
Are you wearing a bulletproof vest?
Did you miss the part about my bodyguard has gone missing? Yeah. Look, I had him watching the dog.
Ah, of course, the billboard's right in the middle.
Next thing I know, radio silence.
Any news?
Not yet, but soon. I promise.
You know, I'm really liking the, I guess the presentation and the structure of the episode so far. It's like, you know, both sides are kind of moving in their own ways, you know, with their plans and all. You know, things are in motion. They don't know who has the upper hand, but we as an audience can try to figure out, like, who's, you know, can try to figure out, like, who's winning this battle. Oh, just as I said that. Okay.
Got my photo, bitch? That barrel looked familiar? Because I just found 6 more exactly like it.
Oh, we moving. We move.
It involves a couple of 5-gallon cans of gasoline and a lighter.
No, Jesse,
Ooh.
listen to me. No, you listen to me, bitch.
Ooh.
I'm dying. My cancer is bad. You're not hurting anyone but my family. Okay? Look, I can't spend this money. It's not for me. I won't be around long enough to use it. It belongs to my children.
Oh, you're gonna talk about kids.
Oh.
You're seriously gonna go there?
Oh.
Sorry about Brock.
Okay.
No, you're not.
Admittance.
I know you're lying, evil, scumbag. That's what I know. Manipulating people. Messing with their heads.
Open your eyes.
You know.
Can't you see that I needed you on my side to kill Gus? I ran over those gangbangers. I killed Emilio and Crazy 8. Why? I did all of those things to try to save your life as much as mine.
Crazy 8 hours ages ago. But you know, the thing is, like, Walter's not wrong in his perspective, but Jesse has every right to be angry and, you know, to antagonize Walt at this point. You know, like, he already talked about it, you know, manipulating him and everything. It's not about whether or not Brock is alive or any of the other reasons that Walter said. It's about Walter using Jesse. It's about Walter manipulating Jesse. And it's all about the action, not necessarily the outcome. which is the opposite of Walter, right? Walter's about the outcome, not necessarily about the action. The dichotomy between the two of them. Oh, look at this, though. A familiar sight, just like in season 1. The very beginning of the show, in fact, you know, Walter in the desert with a gun. And he got baited. Wow. They really are a couple of steps ahead, huh? Jesse was never here. The money was never really dug up. But since Walter's phone is up the entire time, they can track it. So now they know. I mean, it's very easy to, you know, to recreate that photo. Especially after Huel just talked about, like, how he got the barrels from, you know, from the store and whatnot. Oh.
No, no, no.
Here they come. But who is it? Is it just gonna be Hank? Is it just a red herring and it's just a random car? I mean, we've seen the show, you know, fool us like this many times in the past.
Yeah. It's me. I've got Jesse inside, and he's coming for me right now. He knows I'm alone. Okay.
Fuck.
34, 59, 20, 106, 36, 52.
Okay, there's more.
Wait a minute. What is it?
It's Hank. Hank, go me. I'm scared for you.
Walter.
Great shot. Nice composition. What are you gonna do, Walt? What are you gonna do? Yeah, he's gonna call it off. You gave him the coordinates, though. They're gonna come either way. You can't run forever. I thought the episode was gonna be over there. Like that would have been a good shot to, you know, to end the episode, right? Just zooming in on Walter's eyes.
Got him. Drop it!
Ooh. Chills. Oh, look at him. The way he's walking is like, mentally he's like weak right now, you know, like, you ever have that feeling? You know, like your whole body just.
Stop! Get on your knees.
Jesse's emotion there. Relief, right?
How'd you like my barrel photo, huh? Took it in the backyard by the barbecue grill. I bet your greedy ass would be so worked up about the prospect of losing your cash that you wouldn't catch it.
Wow.
Looks like I was right.
He's clean.
Yo, I remember this place. The very first place we cooked, like, ever.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Walter White, you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand these rights as I've just recited them to you?
Coward.
Oh. That's a response.
Get over here. Get over here. Get in the truck, will you? Bring it up. Bring it up. Put him in the car. Come on. Get in the car.
Congratulations, buddy.
Hey. Hey, baby. I got him. Dead to rights.
This is. They're coming, man. Todd, they're coming. This is like too good to be true, you know? It's gonna go south real fast.
I love you.
This phone call is a death flag. Fuck. Oh. He's trying so hard to warn him, but okay.
Police! Drop your weapons! Jack!
Jesse's opening his door. Go me. I mean, Hank's almost a given at this point, but come on, get the cover. Gomi got shot. Okay. Woo! What an ending. What an ending to an episode. You know, obviously I gotta talk about like this episode, but at the same time I don't want to talk about it because I just want to jump straight into the next episode immediately, because with an ending like that, like, come on. But here we're in the end game. I guess I've been saying that we're in the end game for like the last couple of episodes, not gonna lie, but you know, this episode, especially with towards the end, a lot to be said. You know, this is the consequences of your actions, Walt. But at the same time, you know, I've been talking shit about Walter, you know, these past couple of episodes. In fact, throughout most of season 5, I would say, you know, I mean, it's no surprise that Walter, you know, as a character, you know, I don't get me wrong, I love Walter. He's I think one of the best written character that I've ever seen in any media. I would say, you know, but you know, for season 5, it's being set up, you know, time and time again. You know, like Walt's not really a person that that you can easily root for, you know, especially given his actions and what he has done and how many a times he keeps getting away with it, as Jesse puts it lightly in the previous episode. And it's always this scenario where I want to see him fall, you know, like it's kind of like this lead up, this build up of the inevitable, right? Walter's downfall is inevitable at this point. You know, it is within it is within the very nature of his character, and it is within the very nature of this show. You know, we're not rewarding bad people here. We're giving them the consequences of their actions. But it's also it's not about bad people. You know, this isn't a show about terrible people. This is a show about people who has done terrible things, you know, because Walter as a person, you know, it's not like he is inherently 100% evil or whatever. No, that has never been the case, you know. And within this episode itself, we were given a glimpse. You know, we were given a look into Walter that we have not seen before in a very, very long time, I would say. You know, this level of compassion where Walter, obviously, when he was calling Todd and his uncle, you know, like, hey, come in, you know, like, protect me, come here with your guns, kill them all. But then once he realizes that it's not just Jesse, it's also Hank, you know, it's also Gomi, you know, like it's all of these people that are close to Walter, you know, where Walter finally says no. I'm calling it off. Don't come here, you know. He's surrendering. Walter is surrendering. He is willingly surrendering, and it is a tough moment for Walter, right? And fantastic performance from Bryan Cranston, especially, you know, like heavily focusing on Walter's expression throughout this entire episode, but seeing Walter just, you know, sitting behind that rock as Hank's been, you know, yelling his name, and Walter's just contemplating on like what to do, what's the next course of action, like, is this it? This is the end for me. This is the end of the road. And I feel like for a lot of people, we can kind of relate to him. Obviously not to this level of scenario, but like, you know, like, you've ever been in this sort of situation where you think you can get away with something, but ultimately you just can't for whatever reason. And it's this moment where you realize that there's nothing that you can do. Like, that's it. You gotta learn to accept that you have failed, right? You gotta accept failure, which is something that Walter has been trying to stay away from as much as possible throughout this entire show, right? He is neglecting, in fact, he is refusing failure to a degree, right? He does not want to fail. He does not want to lose. He does not accept defeat. Whenever he is at the very lowest, he says, no, I don't want to be here. And so Walter finds a way out, no matter how cruel the way out is, no matter how insane and inhumane his plans are to get back up. But he does get back up eventually, right? And it is that self-destructive mentality of not giving up, right? Again, like there's good in that, in terms of, like, you know, you not giving up, you keep pushing forward, you trying to achieve your quote-unquote dreams or whatever. But there's also, like, how many are you going to sacrifice in order to obtain that? How many are you going to sacrifice, you know, to stay ahead of the game, right? And in the case for Walter, finally at the very end here, you know, 4 episodes left before the ending, you know, well, I guess 3 episodes left now, but he finally admits it, you know, he finally admits defeat. He finally puts his hands up, he finally gets cuffed by Hank, and, you know, Hank finally getting what he wanted, right? Wanted to, you know, to cuff Heisenberg. Well, he got it, he got his wish. But yeah, Walter telling them to go, you know, telling Todd and his uncle to say, you know, to don't come here. Not only is Walter admitting defeat, not only is Walter getting ready, preparing himself to face, you know, whatever that, you know, that lies in store for him, you know, his, again, like, his consequences, you know, like the justice system is gonna look at Walter and you know, judge him accordingly, I would say. But he's also doing it to protect his family, right? His actual family in Hank, and his extended family in terms of Jesse, right? I mean, Walter admits it, you know, like, Jesse's one of the only families that he got left. But it did not last long, unfortunately, you know. But the moment Hank opens his phone and talks to Marie, it's like, yeah, I mean, I knew it's coming, you know, this is also the inevitable, right? Hank's downfall as well. And Walter just screaming at the top of his lungs, just trying to warn Hank that no, this is not a fight that you need to, to face, like thinking of like the scenario of like, what if Hank listened to Walter in that moment before, they all came out of their cars pointing their guns, like what if Hank managed to get into the car and just runs for it, like could they survive? Could they escape? Who knows, right? But it is what it is. This is the outcome. This is again one of the sacrifices that Walter's gonna partake in. It's a damn shame, man. It's a damn shame. This whole situation, this whole problem. There's been many outs throughout this entire series that Walter could have taken, but obviously he didn't. For many reasons, both reasons towards himself and reasons towards other people, but he didn't take them. And now here we are. I mean, heck, Walter's already out. He's already out of the game. But then, when he was given the offer of like, okay, you want us to kill Jesse? Well, then you gotta cook for us. He can't escape it. Walter ultimately agrees. He's like, all right, I'll do one cook. But yeah, it's a terrible situation nonetheless. That's gonna be it for this review. I'm thinking of like if there's anything that I want to talk more. Obviously, there's a couple of things that I do want to talk. Final moments, final relationship between like Marie, between Skylar, Walter Jr. and everybody. But I just want to watch the next episode, man. So here we go. Also, I want to mention this quickly, but I really love this shot. It's like he's in prison. That's it. He's behind bars. He's been caught. That's the symbolism. Yeah, that's it. Next episode. The boiling point.
Yo, so.
Whoa.
What's next?
Whoa.
The reaction has begun.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I miss the van, man. I miss it.
Hello?
Hi, honey, it's me.
Hey, you.
It's interesting that they are kind of starting the episode with this.
Hey, what do you think about Holly? For the baby's name.
Wow.
Do you like it?
Okay. It's nice that we're seeing this. Oh. We're gonna slowly transition into the present then. That was pretty effective. Showcasing that, like where we were at the very start of the series. Cut to now. Oh, look at that. Ah, yes, exactly what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted, man. Oh. Well, I guess Gomi really was shot. Damn it, man. Damn it. I got no time to grieve.
The hell did we just walk into?
Hey, Uncle Jack, I don't see Jesse Pinkman here. He was right here before.
Pretty good eyes on Pinkman?
He ran away. He was opening the door in the previous episode.
No, Jack! Jack! No! No, don't! Jack! No, no! No! Jack! No!
You know, Hank was bracing for it, you know.
Sorry, man. Just no scenario where this guy lives.
No, listen! I have money!
Woo!
I have money! It's buried out here. It's $80 million.
Walter's giving up everything just to save Hank at this point.
My name is Asac Schrader. You can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You gotta tell him now that we can work this out. Please. Please.
You're the smartest guy I ever met. And you're too stupid to see. He made up his mind 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do what you're gonna do.
Unceremonious, too.
Look at this. They even brought a shovel.
Like, the show is not giving me time to breathe. Or grieve. Which, in a way, is really effective in showcasing, like, the brutal nature of reality, you know. And especially this kind of reality. Walter just lost everything. Oh. Replacing the money with Hank and Gomi's body is pure genius. From a writing perspective, you know, like, this is what you gave up. This is what you traded for. I mean, obviously, Walter doesn't want any of this, but...
Sorry for your loss.
Huh. No empathy whatsoever, man. Just empty words.
Pinkman. Pinkman. No! Get off me! Let's go, pal. No! 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 Wait! I watched Jane die.
Oh!
I was there.
Oh no!
And I watched her die. I watched her overdose and choke to death.
No!
Saved her. But I didn't.
I'm more surprised that Walter's just admitted to that than Hank dying. Wow! Insane. Beautiful shot to end that sequence. And now the credits starts to roll. Oh! Finally time to breathe. Finally time to process everything. Oh. Doesn't want to look at himself, but then... Oh, just... I mean, once Skylar and Marie finds out about this, it's over for him.
Times are getting hard, boy. Money's getting scarce.
Perfect song for a perfect sequence.
Lead her through the town. Say goodbye to everyone. Goodbye to everyone.
Look at this though. Really showcasing like how lonely Walter is. Really, really good shots so far. Again, like just the compositions and everything. Oh boy.
Whenever you can.
Ryan Johnson, man.
Your mom and I need to talk, so thought I'd stop by.
Oh.
Marie, I have nothing to say. Well, I do. So you can just sit there and listen.
Oh.
I got a call from Hank. Hank is booking Walt as we speak.
No, he's not.
Now dry your eyes and get Flynn in here because you are going to tell him everything, and I mean everything, Skylar. He deserves to know the truth from his family, not a bunch of uniformed strangers.
No, he cannot know.
You tell him, or I will.
That's the hard part as well. I mean, eventually we know that in the future they're gonna move out, and people kind of know that Heisenberg lived in their house, you know. Oh, they beat him up and everything. This is hard to watch, man. Like Jesse deserves to live out of every character in Breaking Bad. Wow. Just like an actual dog. He was in a cage, now he's kind of in a leash. Can't go anywhere. Now do as I say. Ugh. Just... What? I swear. If anything happens to Andrea and Brock...
Then both of you are out of your minds. You're full of shit is what you are. Both of you.
Oh.
If this is true, then how could you keep this a secret? I mean, why? Why would you go along? So, were you lying then, or are you lying now? Which lie is it?
Flynn, honey, your mother is telling you the truth right here, right now.
Absolute denial. He doesn't want to believe it.
Go home. Just take the kids home. Okay, go home and regroup. I'll stop by later.
Nice showing the family portraits there. On the right side of the wall.
If all this is true, and you knew about it, then you're as bad as him.
If they meet Walt in the house, then she should probably clock in. She should probably clock in like, where's Hank? What happened to Hank? What did you do?
Dad?
I can't take this, man.
Listen, I need you to come inside and pack right now. Just listen to me. I need you to go into your bedroom right now and grab anything that's important. You understand? Go. Now, both of you, go.
Walt. Why are you here?
Why indeed?
Where is he? Where's Hank?
I negotiated.
Negotiated? What does that mean?
I feel sick. I genuinely feel sick.
You killed him. You killed Hank.
What?
No.
You killed
No! I tried to save him!
Uncle Hank is dead. What's going on? Talk to me. Just stop for 1 second.
Look, I told you to get your things.
Nice callback shot to the beginning of the episode.
What's wrong with you? You have to tell me.
Get out.
There it is.
Get out of here. Now.
Skylar.
Get out!
Let go! Let go! Get away from us! Let go!
Stop it! Dad! Stop it! Stop! Mom! Stop it! Stop, Dad! Stop it now!
This is... Oh!
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh.
Yeah, I need the police. My dad. He put a knife on my mom. He attacked her. He's dangerous. I think he might have killed somebody. 308 Negro Royal Lane. You gotta come quick, hurry. Oh, God. No. Oh my God. No. Let her go. You can't take her. Let her go, please.
What is happening? How is it not over?
Mama. Mama.
Baffled. Absolutely baffled right now.
You expecting a call?
Hi, you've reached the White family. Please leave a message.
Skylar, it's me. Pick up.
That's him. That's my husband.
The phone.
Start a trace on the landline.
Walt, where's Holly?
Are you alone? No police?
No. No police.
I warned you for a solid year. You cross me, there will be consequences. What part of that didn't you understand?
You took my child.
Because you need to learn.
You bring her back.
Maybe now you'll listen. Maybe now you'll use your damn head. You were never grateful for anything I did for this family. Oh, no. Walt, you have to stop. You have to stop this. It's immoral. It's illegal. You stupid bitch. Toe the line, or you will wind up just like Hank.
What the f?
Tell me what happened. Where is Hank?
Oh, Marie's like desperate for answers.
You're never gonna see Hank again. You think about that. Family or no?
I just want Holly back. Please.
Painful for all. We've seen this place before as well. Wow. Oh. What a way to end the episode. Wow. You know, the episode is crazy when Hank's death is like the least surprising thing of the episode. that is like the most. Yeah. Wow. Just beautiful, fantastic, masterful episode. You know, it's the hype is real. You know, if I am to be honest, you know, going into this episode, you know, episode 14, you know, it's not a secret anymore, you know, like one of the most highly rated episode of all time in various different media sites. A lot of people would put this as their favorites, you know. So you know, jumping into episode 14, there's an obvious high expectation, you know, and I try not to have expectations at all coming into, you know, episodes. I try to be as blind as possible, though. In the case of Breaking Bad, being blind is really hard to do. But you know, I've been doing fine. But you know, when it comes to season 5, episode 14 is just, you know, one of those episodes where I know a lot of people speak highly of this episode. But even with these high expectations, and the reason why I'm saying is because, you know, sometimes when you hear all these things, you know, you hear raves of reviews, of, you know, of critical acclaim and such, you have this level of expectation that you are afraid is not going to be met, right? So it's the reason why I don't want people. It's the reason why I hate when people say, "Oh, I can't wait for him to reach episode X or episode Y, or I can't wait for him to reach this specific season or this specific arc." You know, like, and I get people, you know, hyping things up and whatever, because, you know, it's one of your favorite shows. It's one of your favorite pieces of fiction. It's one of your favorite movies or whatever. It's one of your favorite scenes. I get it, but for me especially, it's, you know, it's a tricky situation, right? Because you're setting me up to be disappointed when you say these things, because now I'm thinking like, okay, what's gonna happen? Well, now I know this episode is gonna be incredible, and I'm not going to have that shocking feeling of like, whoa, this is insane, right? Because I know it's gonna be. It's only a matter of like how. But in the case of this episode specifically, wow. You know, when I said that Hank's death is like the least surprising thing of the episode, the least insane thing of the episode, like, I'm not lying when I say that, you know, because compared to what happened afterwards, my God, like, we went up in terms of development in the story, and we are in places that I don't know where we're gonna go. You know, like, I mean, obviously Walter's like the only major figure left. Walter and Jesse, of course, but like, Walter's the only one who is escaping free, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. And it's kind of ironic if you look at the situation between Jesse and Walter. You know, Jesse coming in, you know, with the help of Hank and Gomi to, you know, to arrest Walter, and for Jesse to be free of all this, right? That was kind of essentially Hank's promise to Jesse, right? Like, if you help us, you know, like, there's a chance that we can help you, you know, we can help you out in some capacity, right? Even though Hank doesn't really care that much about it, like, you know, about about Jesse's well-being by the end of this, you know, like, he doesn't really care if Jesse is alive or dead, but in the case that Jesse is alive, then, there is that chance of Jesse coming out, free. But now, the situation completely changes and is quite the opposite. Now Jesse is the one in shackles. Now he is the one arrested, if you will, right? And now he's in captivity, whereas Walter's living free now. Well, free for the time being. We have 2 episodes left, and we kind of know where Walter ends up. With all of the sprinkles of the future that we have seen throughout season 5, but kind of going backwards in terms of like discussing and reviewing this episode. But I'm really scared for Andrea and Brock. They showed a picture of both of them when Jesse's in captivity, so it's clear, it's obvious that Jack and Todd, they know about Andrea and Brock. They know their whereabouts. It's almost dreadful to think about like their fate. If the show doesn't show us, Andrea and Brock, like if they don't tell us like what happened to them, then it's almost implied then by this episode that they probably, got taken away. Let's just put it that way. Like we're never seeing Andrea and Brock again, the way Walt put it by the end of the episode. But who knows? Here's hoping that they both survives this ordeal. But you'll never know. Like there's a reason why they were focusing on that picture. Really terrible situation for Jesse. But speaking of terrible situations, Walter, by the end, let's talk about like that phone call scene just for a bit, because I was kind of silent for the most part, because I was kind of focusing and thinking of like what's actually going on here. But ultimately, I think what is happening in that moment, whether what Walter did was intentional or not, is Walter essentially is putting all of the blame to him during that phone call with Skylar, with all the police hearing the phone call and everything. And I feel like Walter asking Skylar like, any police? And the fact that there is that couple of seconds of delay before Skylar answers, I feel like that couple of seconds of silence before Skylar says no is the answer that Walter is looking for. And that, yes, there is police in the vicinity, in the house. Because if there is no police there, Skylar would have just immediately say no, right? But since there are police, then, Walter's a pretty smart dude. We'll talk about, like, Walter being a smart dude later on. There's an irony there within this episode. But, yeah. Walter just lashing it out on Skylar, talking about, like, and straight up admitting, through the phone call of like his wrongdoings and such, and that he is the bad guy and that he is the danger, kind of puts Skylar in this position of like, oh, she is the housewife that had to put up with this monster, right? That's kind of the narrative that kind of got that is kind of the narrative that became of that phone call. So it does seem like Walter is kind of letting go of his family for the time being, especially with giving up Holly, like Walter realizes that, by the very end, like he took Holly as like a desperate attempt to, to have that one family member. But this episode is also showcasing, and this is going at the same time of the previous episode, showcasing Walter's remaining humanity, Walter's remaining morality, even. He's still a bad guy. He is still a person who has done terrible things, and deserves the consequences that he had gotten. But at the same time, the show is also reminding us that he is still human. There's still humanity within Walter, and there's still reason within Walter. You know. But yeah, going back to what I was talking about in terms of like Walter being the smartest man that we know, really fun line, but also just well written line from Hank saying like, Walter, you're like the smartest guy I know, and you fail to see, like you fail to realize that these dudes they've made up their minds, you know, and it's that blindness that Walter had throughout this season specifically, actually. You know, like, if you think of like Walter in the previous seasons, he's planning ahead. Now, he's never ahead. He's always behind for some reason. And that reason, I would say, is because of his blindness, because he felt too comfortable in his position. He thinks that he can get away with things. This is the season that Walter is getting hit with that reality hammer that no, you cannot get away with everything. Just because you are able to kill Gus Fring by the end of season 4 doesn't mean that you are invincible. No. You're still Walter White. And, you know, it is quite a shame. And I would also say that I don't know how to feel about Hank and Gomi Steph, because I really love these characters. I really do. Hank's downfall, of course, is also something that I've been kind of theorizing and kind of predicting is going to happen, you know, like for multiple episodes by now, you know, ever since, you know, the beginning of the series, in fact. But the show not really giving me time to breathe, that was cruel. Like, both of them died, we keep moving on. Such is life. And I feel like, in terms of emotions, the part that does got me emotional is probably the phone call scene. You know, like, Walter finally saying, like, you're never gonna see Hank ever again. Like, that, to me, that's, like, the moment. You know, like, Walter's crying, Marie's crying, everybody's crying. Like, it's that final realization kicking in that, yeah, Hank's gone. Yeah. It's a fantastic episode, man. It's a really fantastic episode. Really well directed, some incredible, beautiful shots as well. A lot of callbacks in terms of like locations and, you know, and certain shots as well. But yeah, ultimately, really enjoyed this episode. One of the best episodes of the series. If I do have more thoughts, and I don't know why I asked. I don't know why I said that. Obviously, I have more thoughts coming soon, but yeah, I'm gonna sit this one out just for a bit. You know, let the episode simmer in. I'll have more thoughts in the future, and I'll probably save them for like once the show is over. Hope you guys enjoy. Take care, everybody. Have a nice day.